Hi, this is Katie, and in this video we're going to work on Activity 2-4 on testing network connectivity. Now I just really want to walk you through a couple steps to see if you can get ping to work. On my systems I cannot, but I'm going to come back to that later after we go through the other settings. But there are some core things that you need to understand about or that you need to have set up with your servers. And also, I'll just take a few minutes. Ping is just a tool, or the purpose of this activity on page 56 is just to show you how to use ping, which is just a tool that sends packets, and it tells us if we have two devices that are connecting. So first we need to start both server 1 and server 2. And this isn't clear in the book, so I want to show you how you can have multiple systems running at the same time. So I'm going to start my virtual... I'm going to start my my 410 server 1 and log in. And at the same time, I can get out of this window. I'm going to go down here to my VM player. I'm going to right-click and click VM player again. And you'll notice I have two windows open. So here is, I'm going to go to server to 410 server 2 and play that virtual system. So I'm going back. Notice up here I'm on server 1. I'm going to do a Control-Alt insert to get to my password, and I'll log in as administrator, and then I'll go back over here to server 1, and I was already logged in. So oh, that was server 1. Hello, let me open this up. Control-Alt insert and log into server 2. Okay, so what you see is I have two windows open. Now you'll notice on page 56 it has a note that we have to have our firewall settings to private. And this is listed in the before you begin activities. So what you need to do on both servers, go to local server and look for Windows Firewall. If it's set to private on, then you're good. If not, you need to change that. Server 1 should be private on. If you've been following along with the videos and you just installed server 2, the default is public. I changed mine already, so you can see mine is private on. But what you need to do to change that is you need to go to Tools, Local Security Policy, double-click on Network List Manager Policies, All Networks, select User Can Change Location under Network Location, and then hit OK or Apply and Apply. And then you double-click on the network you're connected to, where mine is unidentified, and then select Private, and then hit OK. When you get, let me just check this real quick. I'm going to select that as private too, and maybe that will be what I need to ping. I'm not sure. It's not like it's not quite working for me either. And I've heard from several of you that you can't get them to communicate. I'm thinking it might be VM Player Workstation, the free edition that we're using, which is why we can't ping them. But we have two of them up at the same time. And if you're in the classroom, because it has the full version, it might work there. So you'll have to. I would like you to give it a try. Once you do that, go ahead and hit this refresh button, and it should change from public to private. That updates. I'm going to go back to my server 1, and I think I'll do the same thing. So Tools, Local Security Policy, Network List Policies, All Networks, make sure user can change location. And then under Identified Network, set it to private. And then I'm going to Identifying Networks, and I'm going to set that to private as well. Okay. Okay. And then I'll refresh that. Now we can go on. That was on Roman numeral 18 on how to do that under the before you begin activities. So now we're going to, let me open up a third window and let's see. I wonder what that means. See, with two windows open, I wanted to just see if it would show that they were both running, but I can't get that screen, and I'm not sure. It is in use by application on your host computer. Those should both be running, and they are. So I've got my two windows. Server 1, Server 2. Okay, we can close Server Manager in both windows, and we want to go and see if ping will work. If not, we're just going to move on with the other activities and come back and test it later as we configure the rest of Server 2. But we're going to go on to Server 2, and if you scroll down in your VM player, you'll see the whole server window. So this is the whole desktop. You can see I have no internet access with my unidentified network. Let me just jump back into Server Manager real quick. One of the other things you should do is, it's recommended in the book, and I've checked mine, and they're all right, but make sure that your Ethernet under here, make sure that you right-click and look at the properties, and that your IP version 4 properties are set up. Your IP addresses are set up right. We just did Server 2, so unless you typed something wrong, you shouldn't have a problem. But back on page 18 and 19, Roman numeral, those are the configurations for Server 1 and Server 2. So we set our default gateway. Well, we haven't done that. We haven't done that yet, but we've set the VM system settings, like 1 gigabit, 60 gigabit hard disk for hard disk 1 and 2. We've already done that with those videos, but now we have set up our IP address of 10.10.1.2 and our subnet mask that was in the server system. Okay, we just wanted to verify those. And then also then sure we use that. Okay. Properties. Make sure your DNS server is set up to 10.10.1.1. And then if you're not sure on your configurations for Server 1, you can double check those with Roman numeral 18 as well. See, I have no internet access for IP version 4, but I think that's the same issue that others that are using VM Player are having. I'll check with the author of the book too to see if he's using, if it's related to the sorry, I can't focus. If it's related to the workstation, the free workstation, or if it's something that we have set up wrong, but I don't think so. And then the other thing, I'm just going to check here in my workstation, my computer name. This is something that you should have done. Set up your local DNS server to 410 server 2012.local. This was the instructions that we had just gone through. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. And that should be the same. Okay, just a few settings we wanted to check. So let's go. We have both of our systems up. We're going to go to, I feel like I didn't start this again. I did. We're going to go to, scroll down and right-click on the Windows icon, and we're going to go to the command prompt. These are following the steps back on page 56, step 2. And then we're going to attempt to ping our server 1, so 10.10.1.1. And this is where mine is hanging up. Hey, I have a reply. Oh, that is amazing. I'm sorry, I've been working on this, and I think, because I've gotten several emails from a couple of you guys in the class, I think I know what the problem is. I think it's that private setting, because that's the only thing I've changed. So here I just pinged server 1 and I am getting a response. Woohoo! I have connectivity. Not internet, but I'm connecting or communicating with both of them. If you're not, let me try step. Ping 10.10.1.250. I'm going to try to ping my default gateway, and that I am not getting connected to. All right, well, one thing worked. I'm going to go over to my server 1, and I'll test the same thing. So right click, command prompt, and I'll try to ping the second server 2, which is 10.10.1.2. Okay, I think what the problem is the private setting, because here I'm not getting, it's timing out. So what we're going to do, what you should check on both of your systems is go back to Server Manager. I did this on server 2, so I'm not going to go back, but I'm on my server 1. Make sure both of your servers go to local server, and then we want to go, make sure the firewall is private, but remember we want to go to Tools, Local Security Policy. Did I change this? Network List Policies. Identifying networks. Make sure that is set to private and the unidentified network set to private. And then you can give it a try. That was odd. Just heard a loud noise. 10.10.1.2. No, that's timing out as well. Okay. Well, hopefully something like that worked, but like I said, we're just going to go on. For this question in the assignment, you know how to use ping. We'll make sure that we can, I just am not testing this because it was not working just a minute ago, and now I'm getting connectivity. I haven't changed anything. Okay, make sure that in the assignment, try out ping, make sure your settings are all right, and then see if you can test your network connectivity. Thank you.